Second Chance Christmas is a really enjoyable film. This was released in 2017. It's directed by Danny Buday and written by Kelly Goodner, Mary O'Neill and Angela Worth. And it stars Katrina Begin as Caroline and Tilky Jones as Jack. And at the start of the film, it's very clear that their marriage is coming to an end. They're going to get divorced. And just as Caroline heads out of the apartment, she gets into an accident, and the next thing we know, she's in hospital with amnesia. And I have to say, I've never had amnesia, but I feel like Caroline's performance, or Katrina Begin's performance as Caroline, when Caroline first woke up and didn't know where she was or who was around her, felt so genuine. I'm sure there are medical inaccuracies. There may well be. I'm not too bothered about that because it at least seems realistic. And I say this because there are so many films like this, many of which are very good, but the character will wake up and then they'll say, "Where am I?" And somebody will say, "Oh, you were in an accident. You must have amnesia." And it just feels so unbelievable. But this one, throughout the film, actually did feel quite believable, and I really enjoyed that. It's a little bit awkward, but in a way where I'm very curious to find out what would happen, because since she doesn't remember the fact that she's married to Jack, she doesn't remember what their relationship was like or the fact that they were about to get divorced. So Jack decides to pretend that they're in a happy, loving relationship, and that feels really immoral. It really does. But whether or not he can keep it up, she finds the truth, she remembers the truth, I'm not going to say. But I really enjoyed the narrative. I thought it was very well written, very believable, definitely uncomfortable at times when Jack was trying to say, "Oh, we do this and we go and play trivia and we have all of these great experiences together." And it's just kind of like, well, yeah, maybe once upon a time you did, but that's not in recent history. And it does feel uncomfortable. But in a way, as I said, that's quite compelling because I was really desperate to find out what would happen. So very well written, very interesting narrative. The characters are both really likable. The performances are great. And it's not the most festive film, but it's holiday themed enough that I'm quite happy with that. So in general, I have no complaints. I do like films, particularly Christmas romance films about characters who have amnesia. I just think it's a really interesting topic, and a lot of the films are all very different. A lot of them just take different directions, and this one definitely did that, and I enjoyed it. Second Chance Christmas is a really good film, a solid narrative with great characters and performances, and if it sounds like something that would appeal to you, then I'd say it's one that's definitely worth watching.